Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we take a stack of information, pull out the most compelling insights, and, well, make you instantly well-informed.
That's the goal.
Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into the extraordinary life and career of Indian actor and film producer Saif Ali Khan. Our mission is really to peel back the layers of his journey, from his, illustrious lineage to his groundbreaking career choices, all drawn directly from the source material we have right here.
And what really jumps out, I think, is how Saif Ali Khan represents this unique tension.
Yeah.
He carries the weight of this rich royal tradition, in his DNA, yet his professional life has been marked by a kind of rebellious spirit.
Right.
Constantly surprising audiences with these transformative roles and pioneering decisions. We're going to try and unpack what makes his path so distinctive, this blend of, well, royalty and rebellion.
Okay, let's get into it. When we talk about Saif Ali Khan, you pretty much have to start with his roots because they are undeniably illustrious. Born Sajid Ali Khan, though we all know him by his stage name, Saif Ali Khan, he comes from the Patowdi family.
And that family name, it carries some serious history. His father was Mansoor Ali Khan Patowdi.
The cricketer.
Not just a cricketer, the former captain of the Indian team, and the 9th Nawab of Patowdi.
Wow. And his mother, Sharmila Tagore, a veteran Bollywood actress herself. And didn't the sources say she's a descendant of Rabindranath Tagore?
That's right. The Nobel laureate. It's quite the heritage, really.
It's an incredible gene pool right there. He also has two sisters.
Soha Ali Khan, who's also an actress, and Saba Ali Khan, a jewelry designer.
Now, the sources mention Saba holds this position, Mutawali of the Aqafi Shahi Trust. What exactly does that entail for, the listener?
Right. So a mutawali is basically a trustee or a manager of a waqf.
Or waqf hold.
Yeah, it's like a charitable endowment, often tied to historical properties or religious trusts. It's a significant administrative role. Speaks to the family's continued legacy,
Even without the legal royal titles.
Exactly. And speaking of titles, while Saif holds the title of the 10th Nawab of Patowdi, it's fascinating that this title actually carries no legal status anymore.
Right, after the abolition of royal titles in India.
Yeah, precisely.
So, okay, the title has no legal force, but culturally, how do you think that still influenced him? His image, maybe even his roles? Does it add a layer of expectation?
That's a really good question. Because legally, yeah, it means little. But culturally, the Nawab title still has immense weight in India.
I bet.
It gives him this certain aristocratic aura, maybe? A sense of gravitas, old world charm, sets him apart in Bollywood, arguably.
Yeah.
It might even perhaps give him the confidence to take on more unconventional roles, knowing he has that background. This mix of heritage and modern celebrity, it's really key to his appeal, I think.
And his upbringing seems to reflect that, too. He went to the Lawrence School in Sandhurst.
Then off to the UK, Lockers Park School in Hertfordshire.
And finished A-levels at Winchester College, which is, one of Britain's top public schools.
Exactly. Very elite.
That kind of global education, do you think that exposure, especially to British public schools, influenced his choices later on, his persona, that sort of Western cultural influence the sources mention?
It's highly probable, isn't it? That kind of experience, especially when you're young, it would undoubtedly broaden your perspectives.
Yeah.
Probably instilled a certain comfort with different cultural nuances. It likely fed into that charm, his ability to handle both traditional Indian stories and more contemporary Western-influenced characters.
So that's the foundation, incredible heritage, elite upbringing. But how did this Bollywood royal navigate his equally public personal life? His relationships have certainly been talked about.
Oh, definitely. He was first married to actress Amrita Singh. Back in 1991, wasn't it?
Yes, 91. And they divorced in 2004. They have 2 children from that marriage.
Sarah Ali Khan, who's now a prominent actress herself.
And Ibrahim Ali Khan.
Right. Then his personal life stayed very much in the spotlight with his second marriage.
To Kareena Kapoor Khan in 2012. That felt like a huge moment.
It really was. It brought together 2 of Bollywood's most influential families, created a real power couple.
Absolutely. And they have 2 sons.
Taimur Ali Khan and Jahangir Ali Khan, who they called Jah.
How do you think that marriage, specifically to Kareena Kapoor Khan, shaped his public image? Did it solidify his star status even more, perhaps?
Undoubtedly. The media attention was immense. It cemented him as part of this huge Bollywood dynasty.
A sort of royal by marriage, too, in a way.
Exactly, into another massive film family. And maybe that public consolidation of status gave him even more freedom, to pursue those experimental roles, knowing his commercial appeal was pretty secure.
Interesting. Let's shift to his film career then. Kicked off in the early 90s. His debut was 1993 with Parampara.
Yeah, that was the first one. But he really started getting recognition with films like Ye Dilagi and...
Main Kaladi Tuanari, both in 94.
Right, those two really started getting him noticed.
But the real turning point, the one everyone talks about, has to be Dil Chahta Hai in 2001.
Oh, absolutely. That film was, well, it was huge. Critically acclaimed, became a modern classic, really redefined youth cinema in India at the time.
It felt so fresh.
It did. And after that, we really started seeing his versatility blossom. He wasn't just like the charming sidekick anymore.
No way. He won a National Film Award for Best Actor for Hum Tum in 2004.
Yeah.
What did winning that specific award signal, do you think?
It was massive validation. Before Dil Chahta Hai, he was often, cast as the charming, maybe slightly goofy friend.
Yeah, the second lead often.
Exactly. Dil Chahta Hai showed depth, but Hum Tum winning the national award proved he could carry a film, handle complex emotions, break out of that mold. It really announced him as a serious actor.
And then just 2 years later, 2006, Amkara, playing Landa Tyagi.
Wow, yes. A truly memorable performance and such a shift. Playing the villain so dark, so brooding.
It was a huge departure from the romantic roles. What was the risk there? How did people react?
Oh, the risk was significant.
Yeah.
It could have backfired, maybe typecast him differently, but the performance was just so powerful. It earned him huge praise.
It really was a transformation. But then, he didn't just stick to dark roles. 2013, we get Go Go Gagan, India's first zombie comedy.
Right. Which sounds like a massive risk again, doesn't it? Totally different from typical Bollywood stuff.
What do you think drove that choice? What does it tell us about his willingness to experiment?
I think it speaks volumes about his hunger for something fresh, stepping way outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
A zombie comedy was pretty unheard of in mainstream Bollywood. But it was clever, too. Showed he wasn't just a romantic lead or a dramatic actor. Marked him as someone unafraid of niche genres, pushing boundaries. That rebel streak again.
Definitely. And then more recently, another striking villain role in 2020's Tanhaji.
As Udevan Rafat, stood out again, and it earned him a Filmfare Award for Best Supporting Actor that time.
And of course, there are so many other significant films in between. Hum Sat, Sathain, Kalaho Naho, Paraneda, Love Arshkal, Cocktail.
A very diverse filmography, really.
So he's not just an actor. He became a pioneer behind the scenes, too. In 2009, he launched his own production company, Illuminati Films.
Right, with Dinesh Vijan initially, and later started Black Knight Films.
What do you think the goal was there? Telling the stories he wanted to tell, getting more control.
Seems likely, doesn't it? Creating the kinds of films maybe he wanted to star in, or greenlighting projects that were a bit edgier, perhaps, more unconventional than what the big studios might go for.
Gave him creative control.
Exactly. And that pioneering spirit, it clearly extended into the digital domain, which is a really crucial part of his legacy, I think.
Taking on Sacred Games on Netflix. Playing Sartaj Singh, 2018 to 2019. That really did feel like a bold move back then.
Oh, it was huge. What was the buzz around that decision? How did it change things for other Bollywood stars looking at streaming?
It was revolutionary for Bollywood, honestly. At that time, streaming platforms, they were still seen as maybe a step down for major film stars.
Yeah, I remember that feeling.
Saif's decision to jump into Sacred Games was such a complex, morally gray character. It basically legitimized the whole OTT space for other A-listers.
He was one of the very first big names to do it.
Right. And his performance was so acclaimed, it proved that quality content on streaming could be just as prestigious, maybe even more so, than a big cinema release.
It absolutely paved the way. You see so many stars on digital platforms now, and he was really at the forefront of that shift.
Truly charted new territory. And speaking of acclaim, his career has been full of awards. Beyond the National Film Award for Hum Tum.
Multiple Filmfare Awards, loads of nominations.
And in 2010, he received the Padma Shri, India's fourth highest civilian award. That's significant.
Very significant. But despite all the accolades, his public image hasn't been entirely controversy-free, has it?
No, the sources mention that he's occasionally been in the news for, alleged brawls, public incidents.
And even his royal lineage apparently has been questioned sometimes.
And didn't he make some comments during the Tanhaji promotions about history that drew some attention?
Yes, that caused a bit of a stir too.
That's quite a bit to handle in the public eye. How do you think those occasional bumps affected his overall persona? Did they ever really threaten his career, or were they just blips?
It's interesting, because while those incidents definitely made headlines, they never seemed to seriously derail his career long term.
Right.
His talent was established, and maybe that innate charm and wit helped him sort of weather those storms.
Maybe the public and the industry kind of separated the work from those incidents.
Perhaps. He seems to have maintained this public perception that balances that aristocratic background with being approachable, often witty.
Hmm.
And he consistently chooses roles that mix commercial appeal with more experimental stuff.
Beyond the screen, it's interesting. His personal interests, we mentioned the education, but he's also a trained guitarist, a music enthusiast.
Yeah, the sources mention that. Adds another dimension, doesn't it, to his artistic side.
And he speaks English fluently, which probably ties back to that strong Western cultural influence we talked about earlier.
Very likely. And of course, he's widely known for his style, that aristocratic fashion sense. It's almost like a visual representation of that old world charm meeting modern sophistication.
So if we zoom out a bit, Saif Ali Khan's journey, it really feels like a powerful case study in personal reinvention.
Yeah.
From that royal ancestry, through film stardom, then pioneering the digital landscape, his choices really say a lot about navigating a complex identity under the spotlight.
Indeed. He really embodies that challenge, doesn't he? Bridging centuries of tradition with the demands of modern celebrity, modern innovation.
Yeah.
His career isn't just a list of films. It feels like a testament to how someone can constantly evolve, while maybe staying true to, or perhaps even redefining, who they are.
So what do his choices tell us then about a personality bridging that deep tradition with modern celebrity, modern demands? It makes you wonder how that mix of royalty and rebellion really shapes someone's path, their perception, in a world that's always changing.
And maybe what it truly means to be a modern-day royal in that context.
Definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.